Hey, this is Jaszy with modernhippiemag.com, your online source for hip, healthy, conscious green living. Once again, we are in the kitchen with Natalia, and it is Sweets Week. We have an amazing, yummy dessert going on today. So, what are we making?
Well, of course it's chocolate.
Oh,
and I've been really enjoying cherries this time of year, so really nice combo, chocolate and fresh cherries. My family always loved those like chocolate covered cherries, but you know that's not the real deal. I've got fresh cherries, raw chocolate. We're gonna make a chocolate cherry truffle.
But are you gonna make me pit cherries?
No way, girl. Tool time.
Oh, I love it. The like James Bond of kitchen utensils. Let's see, what do we got?
So I have beautiful fresh cherries, and we don't want the pit in there because we just want to indulge. So I just pull off the stem, and you just set this right here in the center. And right where the stem came out, you just want this little metal piece to go right there. So,
Wow.
ta-da!
Oh my. That was easy.
Right? So it doesn't get much easier than that.
And so where do I find something like that?
Any of your specialty stores, or even just like a Bed Bath & Beyond. Sur La Table is my favorite in town because it's really fun. But yeah, online,
Are you
Amazon.
thinking of a gift for me?
Send them over.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll set those aside because that's going to be our center. But let's make our chocolate. So I have 3/4 of a cup of raw cacao powder.
Love cacao.
And what's nice about this is it's like a handful of ingredients. There's, you know, nothing crazy in here. So we'll just pop that into our food processor. And I always use a pinch of salt, you know me, with my sweets. A big one, you know. Just a bit. And then I scraped a vanilla bean earlier, and I'm just gonna do all my sort of dry ingredients and just give them a quick pulse. Okay. Because once we get sort of the wetter, sticky ingredients in here, it, you know, will move a little slower. So just as simple as that. So for the sweetness and also for the to really hold it together, we have dates. And I have medjool dates that I've pitted. Here's a whole one.
And what are they?
It's a medjool date. Okay. And it grows on a date palm tree. And these are beautiful. You can see they're soft and sticky. You want to get your dates that already have the pits in them and then take the pit out. If you get the pitted ones, they're dry, and it's not going to work in this recipe.
And so about how many are you using?
I'm using a 1/2 cup, and I really packed it in there. But I'm going to break them up as I put them in because we want to make sure this process is smooth.
So when you say 1/2 cup, about how many dates is that?
It was probably about 12 dates. Sometimes your batch is a little smaller or bigger, so I'd say approximately.
Yeah, those are good sized dates.
Yeah, they are really nice. Excuse me. They're so sticky.
And yummy.
Delicious. I love them. I can just snack on them. I also have a 1/4 cup of honey.
And that's the raw honey.
That is raw honey. That's nice. We have the dates and the honey kind of mixing together so you don't really taste like one or the other. I like to do that sometimes. Sweet. And the last thing will just be a tablespoon of coconut oil. Kind of just keeps everything moving around, and then you can also set these in the fridge to firm it up a little bit, and that always helps. So a little processing now. And I'll just start by pulsing, and then I'll let it run. But with the powder, sometimes you get See? I'll just scrape down the sides a little bit. I always like to do that once.
That looks like that I could eat that.
You can totally eat this. And what's fun about this recipe is you can make any kind of truffle you want. You can add a little bit of a flavored extract, like a coffee extract or something. You could add orange zest, something spicy like cayenne pepper. It's just a nice base for a truffle. So one more time. And that's when we know it's done.
Oh, I was getting a little worried.
Perfect. Came all together in a nice sticky ball, and that's exactly what we want. So now we have our base. It is really sticky. And we're gonna just color our cherries.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll start with about a 1-inch ball, and then I'm just gonna flatten it a bit. And take one of our pitted cherries. And we'll just wrap it up.
Wow.
And then just roll around it. I love it because it's such a surprise. I mean, you think chocolate truffle, okay, great. I see it.
My goodness.
But you're gonna bite in and have a fresh, no dried or like liqueured cherry, but a fresh piece of fruit. And our final touch, because you can see how sticky, we're just gonna roll it. I've got 2 tablespoons of cacao powder.
Ooh.
Here. And then we'll just kind of give it a roll.
Wow. So easy.
Right?
I was expecting a little bit more mixing. I thought there were more ingredients.
No.
That is amazing.
That's it. Yeah, so this recipe will make about a dozen. You can always double it or triple it if you want, but
stick them in the freezer or the refrigerator. You could share if you wanted to. But gorgeous.
Let's cut one open. I want to show you what it looks like inside. So I had this one set in the fridge because it gives it that kind of firm texture. And now you are more than welcome to try.
Oh, thank you for the invitation. That was the best chocolate I've ever had.
Wow.
Ever.
Well, I love to hear that.
And the cherry, really? Wow. Wow. Wow.
And I just love how easy, but it's so elegant. I mean, serve those out at a dinner party as the dessert. Blow your guests away. Yeah.
That is so good. Every time, I'm amazed. So far, this is now at the top.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I'm gonna have to make this. Oh, wow. You're in for a treat again. This has been an amazing episode, once again in the kitchen with Natalia. Beautifully done, amazing chocolate cherry truffles. Thank you for joining us, and tune in again when we come back into the kitchen and make up something else more yummy that is raw and doesn't require any cooking. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Oh.